Hello my friends, wherever you are in the world. William Poloniak here again from Whole Health Foundation, and in this video I'm going to demonstrate the correct assembly of the hydraulic reservoir, the piston, and the return spring. You do not need to take this out of the juicer to do this, but I have a spare, so I'm going to make it easy by showing you in this video. The first thing, of course, you take out the 6 bolts, and then with your thumb or finger push on the piston to push the top off, and you'll notice the top has 3 O-rings, a large one, the center one that the piston chamber fits on, and a small O-ring in the top. Now if you lift out the piston and the O-ring, you will notice that the piston goes in the small end of the return spring, and there's a dog leg at the top that fits into one of the holes at the top. Inside the reservoir there is one large O-ring at the very bottom on which the bottom of the piston chamber fits. So I'm going to put this back in, but I'm going to lift out the piston chamber. To inspect the spring, you can do it visually by looking in either end to see if it's scrunched up. If it's hanging outside the bottom a little bit, it's probably still good. Now, to replace the spring, it's sometimes difficult to get up, but you can pry it out with a screwdriver or with a channel lock spring. Now we're going to take the chamber out, leave the piston in. Now, sometimes the spring is very difficult to get out, but you can pry it out with a screwdriver by putting a screwdriver in and going down to the next coil and prying it out as I just did here. And this will reveal the spring. Now this spring looks pretty good to me. It's probably still functional. To replace the spring, you're going to need a channel lock pliers or some way to pry this spring back in so that it goes into one of these holes in the top. And you have to be very careful because you don't want to scratch the inside of that chamber. There we go. This was easy this time. It's not always this easy. So the small end goes at the bottom, the dog leg is at the top. We're going to put the top back on, and you want to seat the top of the piston chamber in that inner groove. And if that O-ring drops out, just put a drop of oil in there so there's enough surface tension to hold it. But let's see if we're going to get lucky, and yes we are. So twist it until the small O-ring goes past the piston, as I'm doing here, and then replace the 6 bolts. Now I'm not going to tighten all those now because this is just a spare part. I hope you found what I've shown you instructive, and if you want to contact me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net, and my webpage is www.wholehealthfound.com. I hope you like what you've seen. If you do, please tell a friend, and I'll see you in the next video.